This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Beebe Healthcare.
We like to talk a lot of fun here on CoastLife, but of course, with the holidays coming up and the new year, you want to make sure you are in tip-top shape and that you're taking your health very serious. You only get one life and one body. We want to help you take care of it, and so does Beebe Healthcare. So today, we have two very interesting people and excited people I'm excited to introduce you to on the couch. We have Tom with Beebe, and we have Andrew with Delaware Neuro Rehab. So thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us, Paige.
Happy to have you. And if you couldn't put it together with, Neuro Rehab, Beebe, we're talking the Delaware Stroke Summit that's coming up. First, if it's okay though, I just kind of want to talk about, the importance of bringing awareness to stroke and the symptoms that you may see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll kick it off here, Paige. So part of our Stroke Summit initiative is to include education and awareness to the community, but also healthcare clinicians on the most up-to-date, innovation, robust activities that we're doing in the community of science and technology. At the same time, we do want to make the demographic aware that's here in Sussex County familiar with the stroke symptoms, awareness. We actually use an acronym called BFAST. So what that stands for is your balance, eyes, your facial expression, your arms, your speech, and the timing in which the last known well time was noted. Oh. So it's something that we use, especially when we're triaging someone, to determine whether or not they may be eligible candidates for thrombolytic therapy. So there's two different tracks with the Stroke Summit, one of which is geared towards healthcare clinicians, and we're offering up continuing medical education credits for it. The other is actually for the community in Sussex County. And Andrew's part of the Stroke Steering Committee with me.
It's been an honor. I've been a part of it for a couple years and things like that, and with the American Heart Association for several years helping them. So.
Perfect. And if you could explain too, just in your experience, why is that acronym BFAST, all those symptoms and things you look out for, how have you seen that play a role in recovery as well in strokes?
So we see it more on the back end, being an outpatient neuro rehab clinic, when after somebody like Tom or his healthcare facility is taking care of them, where then our medical director and our nurse practitioners and our team are then working with them in recovery. And whether it might be them and, do they need occupational therapy, might they need speech therapy? So it's a big comprehensive part trying to get that person back to that where they used to be.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I think, sometimes it's forgotten about the recovery after. It's like, okay, even if you survived, you might have a lot of life changes you have to go through. And so if you could kind of take us through some of those, what that looks like if you get, you have a stroke, you left Beebe, now they're working with you, what steps do they normally have to take?
Well, with our practice, they're going to see either our medical director or our nurse practitioner first, get a good assessment on where they are and feel what they're going to need. Will they need speech therapy? And a lot of times speech therapy, it just isn't teaching. What we do is more cognitive based. It's not teaching people how to talk again, a lot of times what most people think. It might also be occupational therapy, again, cognitive based and vestibular based off of a stroke. A lot of times people will have other symptoms that our team is there, have the tools to try and get that person back to the original norm or what might be the new norm for them based upon how bad their stroke was.
Interesting, yeah, and I like this partnership here that we are talking about, but also Beebe partners with Jefferson. Can you tell us a little bit about that partnership and how that came to be?
Absolutely. So I've been with Beebe Healthcare now for just about 3 years, and that existing relationship was in place prior to my arrival. And so it's actually become particularly common now, especially post-pandemic, that telehealth services are in vogue. And so that telehealth arrangement that we have offers the real live opportunity to connect with a neurologist in real time, something called the JET services. So it's Jefferson Expert Telemedicine Services, that we are able to beam in a neurologist directly from Jefferson to acutely address and identify the symptoms that someone is experiencing and whether or not they do warrant further intervention, either with thrombolytic therapy or sometimes something called a mechanical thrombectomy to remove that clot in the brain.
Very cool. So let's talk about the Stroke Summit coming up. How can people get involved, when and where, all those details?
Absolutely. So it's going to be on Friday, December 6th. It's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're offering a light breakfast. I know food always incentivizes people, so of course it's going to be heart healthy. And we do offer a box lunch too. So there's going to be 6 tracks each for the community and for the healthcare clinician sessions. And there is a registration link, which I believe we're going to post for viewers to see how to access that. So folks can certainly sign up online. It's going to be a great consortium of individuals from all over the region. So there's Nemours, Christiana, Bay Health, Pam and Encompass, a lot of different folks from all over that have actually come together for this 3rd annual Stroke Summit. And just to really underscore the importance here, you know, heart disease is so prevalent, and actually stroke here in the state of Delaware is number 3. Most leading cause of death.
Wow.
So particularly in Sussex County, where we've got that high proportion of individuals that are older than 65 years of age, we really want to get the word out on the street and allow them to come in and to see what exactly they should be doing when in fact they are exhibiting any of these symptoms.
Gotcha. Wow. Well, I mean, it can happen to anybody, as I'm sure you guys
Absolutely.
know. So
Yeah.
don't forget Stroke Summit. If we didn't mention, it's free. Everyone likes free, and you heard everything that you already get with it. Is at the Hyatt in Dewey Beach. Been there before. It's a beautiful venue, and so you're going to learn a lot. So don't forget about all of that. But also don't forget, coming up on CoastLife, we're talking a little more fitness, and when I mean a little, I mean a little more fitness, like 5 feet of fitness. That's coming up when we return.